You are now listening to the Inner Circle Podcast Network.
Hashtag No Offense uses strong language and is intended for a mature audience. Listener discretion is advised. Hashtag No Offense.
Welcome back to another episode of Hashtag No Offense. I'm your host, Chris, and I'm joined by my lovely wife, the Duchess.
Hello.
How you doing tonight, baby?
I'm exhausted.
Tell me something else that's new. Change the fucking record.
No, we've been doing a lot of cleaning because we're putting our house on the market.
Yes, we have.
So that's why I'm tired.
I'm tired of it.
I'm tired of also picking up after everybody after we tell them to pick up after themselves.
Oh, I'm glad I wasn't included in everybody because I was about to whoop your ass.
I meant the children.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, it's a good thing, too.
I like a good beating now and then, though.
Ooh. This week and every week, our show is sponsored by Hemp Bombs CBD. Hemp Bombs is a local Tampa CBD company specifically formulating their product to provide consumers with a quality CBD product at an affordable price. The many benefits of Hemp Bombs include reduced anxiety, increased sense of relaxation, reduction of aches and pains, mood enhancement, and deeper, more restful sleep. Hemp Bombs come in a wide variety of different products, including oils, gummies, suckers, vapes, and even products for your pet. And you can use code word HTNOS at hempbombs.com and save 20% on your entire order. That's HTNOS at hempbombs.com. Mm-hmm. And I've got the coffee mouth.
Yep.
So I'm about to crack a beer.
What beer is it?
Just a good old Yingling Black and Tan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Black and Tan, just like I like your butt.
Oh, my.
I don't know what that means.
I don't either, because it's neither of those things.
I love you in the summertime. You look good in tan.
My butt is never tan.
It never
it's
is.
white.
It's white as shit. Until we get this new house, and you're going to join me swimming butt naked in that pool.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, we can tan naked, too.
It's going to be
in the backyard. Who needs a tanning bed?
So much naked time.
I'm back on Socialite.
No. First, you're going to drink. I told you last week.
Opened.
I told. Well, sorry.
Strawberry Fields Forever.
Oh God.
Shout out Elmy.
No, don't shout him out.
I love Elmy.
You don't.
He likes to be apples.
You don't.
You're a liar. We wonder why he has. I don't even know a word for it.
Complex?
Yeah, that's going.
Okay, so last week I told you I was going to get you new Truly samples because you hadn't had it in a while. So I got you the new flavor.
It's watermelon.
Watermelon kiwi.
Oh, it's kiwi too.
Watermelon kiwi. Mm-hmm. Crack that bitch open.
My nails.
It's a dainty can for your dainty hand. Mm-hmm. Come on, crack it open. I want to know what you think.
I did crack it open.
I want to know what you think.
It's good.
Is it better than you remember?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, setting the record straight. Is it better? Is it better than the social lights that? Yeah. I love
no, but it is good.
This is actual
consumer feedback.
Consumer feedback, yeah.
I like the Socialites better, but this is more of a malt, right?
Yeah, that's
where this is more of a vodka.
It's a vodka base versus a seltzer. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I like the vodka better. That doesn't surprise me.
It doesn't surprise
I'm a Polak, so potatoes.
Yeah. We are also sponsored by Onnit.com. Onnit is a health and fitness juggernaut dedicated to delivering complete and total human optimization. Through a wide array of products and supplements, Onnit combines cutting-edge science, earth-grown nutrients, and time-tested strategies to help people reach their peak performance. Alpha Brain, New Mood, Shroom Tech, all the workout, all the equipment, it's all can be yours at Onnit.com. That's ONNIT.com/HTNOS. Save 10% on whatever you want to buy to make you a better version of yourself.
Still waiting on my good health.
Every week when we're done, I pulled it up. Last week I had the tab up and I meant to order it as soon as we got done. I meant to order it. Like, it's going to take me pausing right now and doing it on the fucking show to get it done. I meant to do it last week and then we're done. I just shut the laptop and we're fucking done.
Because we're done.
Mm-hmm. And I promise you, I'm going to get the shit.
All right.
Get the shit. You want anything else while I'm doing it? Because, Lord knows when I'll be able to do it again. It's taken this long to fucking order you one thing.
No, I'm good.
I'll see if there's anything else that might tickle your fancy. Titty shirts. So here we are once again.
Yeah, I have an update on my food truck situation.
Oh, okay. I'd love to hear that. Because as he was listening to it, Adam sent me a screen grab. He went on their Facebook page.
I know.
He went to the what was the place? Walking.
Grilling Me Softly. You thought it was Walking and Rolling?
I did. I thought it was Walk and Roll. Why did that just pop in my head? Walk
Egg
and Roll.
rolls. That's funny.
Is that a food truck? That's a good name
might
too.
be.
Walk and Roll. Fucking A, dude.
It might be.
Hey, let's do it if it's
Could
not.
be walk food and then roll food, which are like spring rolls and egg rolls.
It was Grilling Me Softly.
Yes.
And everybody got the hard shits from their food.
Real
What is the
hard
update?
The update is that when we came into work on Monday morning, the HR lady, she reported the food truck to the health department.
Good. Good. She fucking should. Half your office has goddamn disease now and shit. That's how coronaviruses start.
No, I know. There was mixed feelings about it because some people felt like, yeah, he should be reported because you can't just be going around giving people diarrhea. But then others felt like that was his livelihood. And if it was like, if he got constant reviews about his truck giving people diarrhea and coronavirus, then maybe he should be shut down.
Listen.
But it could have been just a one-time thing. And
No. You said what he was doing. You said he was taking people's money with fucking the same hands he's cooking with and shit.
Right.
If it was his livelihood, he would know better than that shit. You don't fucking do that.
No, you're right.
So take the fucking proper precautions, and maybe this is his wake-up call.
Yeah, and it wasn't like it was a big line of people around the block, so I felt like he had the time to do things the right way.
Yeah, and he chose not to. So, I mean, yes, on the one hand, I see what you're saying, how small business and this and that, but motherfucker, if that's your livelihood, fucking take proper precautions.
Well, I guess the health department sends a survey, so everybody that ate had to take a survey about like what kind of stuff happened to them and what they had and what happened after they ate it and like how long they were sick. I didn't take the quiz because I obviously didn't eat there, thank goodness.
Yeah.
But I was like, ooh, I don't know if she should have reported it.
Oh, you were one of those?
Yeah.
You were one of those. Let him get away with it.
I wasn't letting him get away with it, but at the same time, I just feel bad. I know it's his fault.
So does this put you off of food trucks going forward?
No. We have different ones that come every week, and I know the good ones so far have been the wing box for sure. I get them every time they come. They're really good. And then there's another one that it's like a Polynesian one. That one's really good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Polynesian, huh?
Yeah, I forget what that one's called. Something clever.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. But that's my update.
Yeah, talking about the small guy getting fucked here, I've been beside myself this week with trying to promote our podcast online.
I know, it's so ridiculous.
So, for anyone, who has tried to take out, like, promoted posts on Facebook and Instagram and that, like, we get a hard time anyway because we're not squeaky clean.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, they really try to vet that out, which, okay, do your due diligence. But last week, I felt great about the episode. Mm-hmm. I made up a nice cover art of me and you with hearts and everything. Just
Valentine's Day.
Nice picture. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I'm gonna promote this one because I felt good about the episode. I felt good about the way it looked. But it was titled Butt Stuff, okay? Not anything sexual,
right?
But because our kid shoved things up his butt. And then you talked about explosive diarrhea. And it's a lot of tie-ins. I try to be clever, okay? It's a fucking innuendo, whatever.
Right.
And it promptly got denied because you're not allowed to promote sexual things on Facebook or whatever.
Oh, you're not?
No. And then I immediately, it was like, would you like to appeal this judgment?
Yes.
I said, yes. I clicked it and I was like, how come I can get ads for sex toys from Wish on a fucking minute by minute basis? Every time I'm scrolling, they want you to buy goddamn turned inside out vaginas and shit, or whatever the fuck they're promoting on Wish, but I can't do this. So then I tried to click it again. And then it took to the next day. The next day it comes back and it says, you need to submit identification because you're trying to do a political post.
Oh, yeah.
Because in my show notes, I mentioned that we talked about the guy with the Trump cutout.
Right.
That's it. Literally. Florida man tried to bring a Trump cutout. Nothing political whatsoever. But that word, that fucking word, that T word.
It's
oh my God, dude. So I got beside myself again and I just said the hell with it until tonight. And I'm sitting here tonight and I have time. I'm waiting on you to come downstairs. I'm like, you know what? I'll humor them. I'll fucking humor them, you know? So I sit there and take a picture of my license and everything, and I fucking submit it in. And I had to answer questions about, like, you know, like, have you ever lived on this street?
What?
Have you ever...
security questions?
No. Like, not, like, they want to know who I am. Because of, like, the whole thing with the Russians fixing the fucking election and shit. Like, they want to know where you live and, you know, this and that because they're thinking I'm political.
Oh.
So I'm humoring them. I'm jumping through every fucking hoop I got to jump through. And at the very end, they're like, congratulations, you are approved to take out advertising posts for your page. Cool. Go back to the original fucking post, boost it again, same fucking thing, and I immediately get denied. And I'm like, what the fuck?
You can do it for other ones, but not butt stuff Trump.
This time, they tell me that I need to create a disclaimer for my page because it contains potentially triggering fucking whatever.
Information.
Like content or whatever. I'm like, you know what? It's not fucking worth it. You know, just I'm trying to... I'm talking to Almi at the same time because Almi deals with this a lot because of the name of his podcast.
Right.
Even though there's an asterisk, I mean, we can all, you know, figure out what the hell it means.
It's
you know?
shot.
So... he has problems promoting because it's the name of his fucking show.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever I have issues like that, I always go to him and we talk. And I said, dude, just let me take my fucking money. Give me the goddamn dopamine hit for seeing the little likes. Maybe somehow, some way, someone will listen to our little fucking show and we all win. Take my fucking money. And he's like, they don't need your $50, dude.
They don't care because Wish is paying them.
Yeah, Wish is paying them fucking thousands.
Yeah, but they're not going to get it for 3 months. Like their product. Oh, speaking of that, I ordered my brother and my dad a Christmas present.
Oh, I saw that shit.
I ordered them
those
a
suicide
Christmas
vests.
Well, they're for the wintertime, and they're vests that heat up when you push a button. So I figured, no, my brother's out in the garage. He could put it on and be nice and toasty. If my dad or Patty's working in the yard, they can wear it and be nice and toasty. Well, it finally came in the mail like a week ago, and I'm like, it's fucking past Christmas. I was going through emails with these guys, like, just give me a refund.
When did you order it?
Like October.
Ample enough time before Christmas.
Before Christmas, yes.
But you ordered via Wish.
No, it wasn't Wish. It was through an Insta ad.
Oh, because I was going to say that
ad.
the envelope came and it had mad Asian characters.
Yeah, you're
on the
like,
fucking
there's
shipping
coronavirus
label.
in there.
Yeah. Why you ordering coronavirus? Leave that shit over there.
But yeah, you're like, it looks like a suicide vest.
No, it doesn't look like a suicide vest. It looks like a nice vest that you would wear in the wintertime, but it's lined with heating coils that were put together by some fucking poor 8-year-old in a sweatshop in North Korea. And as soon as they hit the fucking button, they're going to explode.
I don't know. Maybe I should test it out before I send it out.
You don't need to explode.
I won't explode.
There ain't no 72 versions waiting for you when you fucking come back.
Oh my God.
Right?
No, because I'm a chick. So I just get 72 dicks in my mouth. I don't get the naked chicks.
Ah, fuck. What else is going on, Melissa?
I read an interesting story online today.
Do tell.
It was about a guy that was convicted for murder in 2009. And I guess something happened with the prison where they put him in like a lower security dormitory.
Okay.
And he
went... For murder?
Yeah, he was convicted he's serving a life sentence for murdering somebody in 2009. So he says it was a mistake. So he even told the jail, he's like, you guys should not put me in the lower security. Like, he's a monster. So they ignored him. And 6 days after he got moved into this dormitory, there was a guy that was known as a child molester that moved into his dormitory.
Wait, he was a child molester?
No,
he was known as a child molester?
He was a child molester to the point where this motherfucker would watch PBS in front of the inmates to see, like, the kids'
like
shows.
Sesame Streets and shit?
Yeah, to see the kids on the TV and
Watching
stuff.
Barney and them?
Right. So this guy that was convicted for murder back in 2009 is just, like, building up all this anger. And he told the guards, like, you need to get this motherfucker out of here before I go off on him. And they ignored him again. So one day the guy came into the cafeteria, whatever, where the TV was, sat down, put on PBS, and another inmate was like, you mean to tell me he's going to watch this in front of me or in front of us? And the guy was like, just give me a minute. He beat this dude to death.
With what?
With his cane that he had, because it's an older guy.
Okay.
It's an older guy. He beat this guy to death with a cane. Then
Cane's a weapon.
He's walking down to turn himself in for murdering this guy, and he sees a child trafficker.
How does he just know?
I'm sure that they
don't
talk.
wear like a fucking sign around their neck that says like "I fuck kids."
No, but I'm sure that there are other inmates that talk. Because he's like, "What are you in for? What are you in for?" And allegedly I did this.
You would have to be a lie. If that was it, you would have to be a liar because you know what. I mean, I know what happens to those dudes in jail.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. I feel
Come
like
up with
when you're an inmate and you've been there a really long time, you kind of get to know the guards a little bit. So maybe you can get some insider information. So the guards could be like, "Oh, he used to fuck kids." So I don't know if that's what happened, but I'm sure it does.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but if I'm a guard, I'm not gaining the trust of a fucking murderer. You know, like, "Oh, you know, you're all right. I've dealt with you for the last 6 months, Neil, but you know, you're an all right guy. Yeah, let me shoot the shit."
Well,
with
maybe
you.
the inmate stuck his dick on his break. Like, you never know. Like, things like that happen. Don't you watch Orange Is the New Black?
Yeah, I did.
I know we did. I know we both.
I think we fell off isn't there a season we didn't watch?
I think so. We need to get back on that. There's so much stuff to watch.
It got a little fucked up toward the end.
I don't remember.
I lost interest toward the end. Well,
one of them got out. One of the lesbians got out, and the other one's still there.
I think the last season we watched, they had a riot, and they were all like locked up in the fucking thing or whatever.
I don't know.
And then that Martha Stewart lady was fucking one of the ladies in the prison or something.
I don't remember.
It was a while ago. I don't remember either. We did start watching The Witcher, though.
Yeah, can I finish my other story?
Oh, I'm sorry. You talking about watching TV?
So he's on his way to tell the guard.
What'd he tell him?
He was on his way to tell him he murdered this one dude, saw this child trafficker, and he's like, "Might as well." And then he was like, "I'm in for a penny, in for a pound," which is like a gangster saying.
You like that?
Mm-hmm. I thought that was awesome. I'm going to get that tattooed across my neck.
Wow. Across your neck.
He's like, "In for a penny, in for a pound." I figured I'd do the world a favor because we know that this is every parent's worst nightmare. And I'm like, "You murdered somebody in 2009 and that's why you're in jail." But it sucks because he straight up told the jail, like, "Hey, this is a bad idea. Hey, I'm going to go off on this dude. Hey, I'm about to murder somebody."
That don't suck. What? Fucking prisoners killing prisoners. I mean, like, how's that really affecting anything right now?
No, I mean, it sucks that
let them kill each other.
Let the prison know and they didn't do anything about it.
They don't fucking care.
If they don't care, then there wouldn't be guards trying to protect the prisoners. If they don't care, just let them all go in there and kill each other. Make it like, what's that?
Thunderdome?
Thunderdome or whatever. Hunger Games, I don't know.
I ain't never seen that. Did you see that?
Or was it Maze Runner? I don't know. One of those fucking stupid movies.
Maze Runner. You've progressively gotten further away from the point you're trying to make. It's
like a bunch of fucking kids running around trying to do shit and whatever. But yeah, we started watching The Witcher, which is, I really dig it. You fell asleep, of course, towards the end of the one yesterday. Yeah, well, I can get up and do this. You could finish a show. It's like 45 minutes.
This is engaging. That I just lay down in our comfortable ass bed.
I'm engaged by the show. Because it has like monsters and stuff that I like.
Well, I always wanted to play the game, but because it was about like killing monsters and fucking chicks. I mean, that's pretty much whenever anyone talked about it, that's all they would say. Oh, yeah. you can bang chicks. Like, well, I could do that in real life.
Could you?
The one. I got access to the one.
You can kill monsters too, huh?
No, that's foreshadowing, and you don't even know it.
Uh-oh.
Shout out to Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we are super behind on watching shit, and it was nice to start a new show.
Mm-hmm. One that we watched together. Unlike me, who watches dumb
mad shit without me. Yeah.
I know. I was mad because yesterday, Thursday, was my pimple popper night, and it said on the TV before that, like, there's a new time. It's 8 o'clock. So I'm like, all right, cool. So then I get on TV at 8 o'clock, and it's one I already saw. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I
left it on in the bedroom, so then I had to lay there and watch it while you were off doing other shit.
Yeah, I was doing other things. I don't remember what I was doing. Maybe laundry. I don't remember.
And I'm laying there watching that. She's so little looking.
Dr. Sandra Lee?
She's so little.
She is little. She's Asian.
She gets up on these fucking 300-pound ogres and shit, and she's squeezing fucking lipomas shit out of their head. Like, how's she even got the strength to do that?
And then the other one that comes on is the My Feet Are Killing Me thing. And
I don't know about all that.
I don't like that one because it's not, this is going to sound weird, but I like gross stuff. And that's not really gross to me. There's another show on Hulu called The Toe Bro. He does the gross stuff. He handles a lot of ingrown toenails and warts and stuff. And that's the stuff I like to watch.
I don't know what to say to you.
I should have been some sort of doctor.
Should have been some sort of something.
Or I don't think I could do a vet because I would cry. Speaking of crying, did you see that video of that little boy that has like a dwarfism?
I heard all the hubbub. I didn't see the actual
I saw
thing.
the video, and of course,
I thought he looked like Brad Williams had a baby with an alien.
Well, and it's funny that you mentioned him because it said that he did like a fundraiser.
Of course he did. That's his alien child.
So there's 3 different stories that I saw, and the first story was Brad Williams raises $30,000 to send this kid to Disneyland, and then the other one was like Brad Williams raises $50,000 to send for this kid that got teased at school, and then there was another. The other one said $75,000. I'm like, well, which one is it? Is it $0? Like I just and then of course people are like, he's an actor. He's not even real, a real kid or whatever. He's just acting like he's being bullied.
He looked old as fuck. I didn't watch the video.
I don't know
the picture.
how old dwarves are supposed to look. So.
I don't know, but he looked old as fuck. Like it's like the elf in like Bad Santa or something,
Mm-hmm. It's the same thing with when all those school shootings happened, and there was that one kid that happened to be at both, and they were like, he's an actor, he's getting paid to say all these things.
Oh, he was a crisis actor.
Oh, I know, but I'm saying that's what they're saying about this kid. But I don't know if it's 100% true or not. I felt bad for him. But then I think about it as a parent, I don't think I would want... There's different ways to spread awareness. And I don't think putting a video of your kid sobbing because he's been bullied
this happened
at
before.
School.
Who was that kid a couple years ago? And he was like, oh, they're so mean.
Yeah.
He's fucking crying. Yeah, I mean...
It was fake.
Was that fake? Mm-hmm. What do you mean? Mm-hmm. Like, what happened? What was the fakeness?
It was just a fake video.
So, like, the mom just was...
Yeah. It's like posting a picture. Nobody came to my kid's birthday party. And then everybody trying to do a nice thing sends money and GoFundMes and gifts to their houses when there's nothing to send for. They're just all fucking fake.
See, this is something that has been fucking with me for a long time. And not necessarily this, but just how... appearances and shit, the way that things seem, you never know what the fuck is what.
Right, that's why we're numb.
I have so many problems and so much of an issue trying to decipher what's real and what's not on the fucking internet. You know what I mean? Like somebody what's up really is down. Like somebody tells me something and then like they do the complete opposite. I'm like, I don't. Look, I'm a straight fucking shooter, dude. I don't get pro wrestling tactics. I don't get fucking whatever. I don't understand what's a gimmick and what's a fucking whatever. What's a reach around and this and that. Like I would see that and I would be like, oh, that sucks for that kid.
Right.
And not even think, oh, well, the mom's just trying to do a cash grab.
And she might not be. I'm just saying that's what we're trying to do is like help. But at the same time, when you've been scammed so many times, it's like, come on. It's like, how many times are you going to cry wolf to try to get some free shit? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, the kid may be getting bullied, but I don't think the right thing to do...
If he's a kid.
I don't think the right thing to do is put it on the internet. Because what do you think is going to happen? Your kid's not going to get bullied more?
Yeah, right.
I'm sure there's different groups or whatever you could take your kid to. Like, he needs therapy. You need to build up his self-confidence and esteem so he say, fuck them bullies. I don't care what they think. Because Logan used to come home and say kids make fun of him for liking Pokemon. I'm like, fuck them kids. You like what you like.
That's basic as shit, dude.
Right.
Pokemon, really?
Mm-hmm. Well, I could say we're older kids. Like when he was in 2nd grade or 3rd grade. And they were older kids and they were making fun of him. So I'm like, fuck them kids. You don't have to like what everybody else likes.
Fuck them kids.
Yeah. I'm like, you want to take your Pokemon cards to school and you got a couple friends that like Pokemon? Then let them be your friends. Mm-hmm. He said some kid made fun of him. I said, well, he's not your friend. He's like, my friend said this. I'm like, he's not your friend. Friends don't do that.
Word.
It's life lessons, man. That's why you can't be like, oh, maybe he was just having a bad day. No, fuck that kid. Everybody has bad days. It doesn't give you authority to be a dick.
I don't know. I'm pretty much a dick all the time.
Not to the people that you care about.
That's true.
Keep your circle small.
What the fuck else is going on? We're just house hunting.
Yeah, we're going to go look at a couple tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm catching your shit. I'm catching your fucking exhaustion like the coronavirus. I can feel myself getting tireder as I'm sitting here. I'm
sorry.
I need to perk the fuck up, man. Come on, gas me up. Come on, gas me up. Let's do this.
Gas you up. Well, how am I going to gas you up about open houses? Yay, there's 2 tomorrow.
Yeah, we got obligations to go to.
Yay, and we have to make sure the house is clean because they're taking pictures tomorrow at 2:30. Yay.
Fuck all that noise.
But I know one of the houses that you really like, we're going to go look at tomorrow. The one that I really like says it's pending, which I'm pretty bummed about.
We've looked at a lot of fucking houses, man. I mean, they're all fine.
I think it's good to look at a bunch of different kinds to kind of like pick out what we like from each one to say, okay, this would be cool to have.
Yeah.
Or this would be cool to have.
Pool for butt naked, and that's about it. But anyway, that's not interesting. You know what's interesting?
What?
Fucking crackheads and shit.
Florida.
Woo, doggy. Hey, Beatrice.
Yeah?
Get your ass in here. These no-offense boys about to do welcome to Florida again.
Let me grab the natty.
Oh, shit, and I thought my family was fucked up.
So each week our What the Fuck Florida segment is sponsored by Ohfishl Clothing. Check out ohfishl.com, that's OHFISHL, and use code HTNOS to save 25% off your order of beautiful handcrafted hats, t-shirts, and jewelry. Ohfishl Clothing.
Live by your own rules.
First story I got for you is in Big Pine Key.
Sounds fancy.
It does sound fancy. Florida man goes on a sledgehammer spree trying to destroy demons.
Oh, I think we've heard something like this before.
Of course we have. Of course we have.
Or it might have been one of the shows I watched.
A Hialeah Gardens man tried to kill demons he believed were tormenting him and went on a sledgehammer spree that did thousands of dollars in damages to cars and residents. The Monroe County Sheriff's Office began receiving multiple 911 calls on Sunday afternoon around 2:30. 2:30 in the fucking afternoon, this guy's doing this shit. Normally, that's a nighttime
When you
activity.
possess, you possess. It's 24/7.
2:30 p.m. from a number of residents on Little Torch Key who said a man with a sledgehammer was destroying their property throughout the neighborhood.
You think it's a coincidence that's Big Pine and then Little Torch?
Big Pine, Little Torch.
Because it's big and then little. It's a big pine, like a tree, and then it's a little torch, like fire. And trees and fire don't get along. Proceed.
Thank you for your observation.
You're welcome.
When deputies arrived, they were told the man had jumped into the canal. That man was later identified as 32-year-old Rafael Suarez.
He was a Ninja Turtle?
Rafael Suarez Gomez. Motherfucking hyphen.
Oh, no.
Motherfucking they're taking over the world. Taking over the fucking
Stabbed
world.
them with their hyphen.
When one of the deputies went one street over, he found Gomez walking down Blackbeard Road carrying a sledgehammer. Shout out to the mutiny. Gomez was ordered to drop the sledgehammer and get on the ground. He did so and then wrapped himself up in the fetal position. Mm-hmm. He pulled away multiple times, and when deputies tried to handcuff him, they were forced to use a taser to subdue him so he could be taken into custody. When deputies canvassed the neighborhood, one resident said Gomez broke a $300 window at his residence and then ran away.
That's a cheap-ass window.
You think so?
Yeah.
One of the man's neighbors said Gomez struck his pickup truck, causing $200 in damage.
Cheap-ass truck.
What are you, a fucking appraiser? How do you know? Well, that's a $200 ding right there.
That's just the cost of the headlight.
How do you fucking know that?
They don't. They're stupid. But they are hillbillies, so maybe they do everything themselves.
Next to the vehicle was a camper, and the entire side had been destroyed. Deputies,
That's $500 worth of damage.
Deputies spoke to a witness that stated Gomez lived in the trailer and totaled the damage totaled 7 sliding doors, 2 Hurricane French doors, 6 windows, 4 mirrors, 1 microwave.
7 sliding doors. What was the next one?
two French
doors.
6 windows.
6 windows.
4 mirrors.
4 mirrors.
1 microwave.
1 microwave. And a microwave in a cabinet.
Wait, 2 TVs too.
Oh, and 2 TVs.
And multiple holes in the wall.
Okay, that's enough.
You wanted to do this. Gomez reportedly told investigators he had been drinking that day and when someone gave him an unknown narcotic drug that he took.
That's a demon.
Gomez said a short time later he began seeing, quote, demons, and it was demons who ordered him to damage the property. He says that he was trying to kill the demons with his sledgehammer.
See, before the drugs, I was going to be like, he probably is not crazy.
I still don't think he is. What if he took some sort of fucking...
bath salt, probably.
Well, not even that. What if he took some sort of shit that, like, opened up his third eye and he's seeing shit on a higher fucking frequency that we can't see?
He might be, but...
That shit's there, man.
I don't know. Of all the shows that I've watched, for everybody that's been haunted, not one of them has picked up a sledgehammer and tried to, like, hit these demons.
What if he thought he was Thor, man? He was bootleg Thor and he's trying to fucking...
Seeing the lightning?
Yeah. Well, dude, yeah, that would be great. I would love to be Thor.
He's pretty sexy. I'd love for you to be Thor, too.
Thanks, man. Short drive away in Miami where a Florida man was expelled from a public beach after using an inflatable doll as a flotation device.
What else are they used for?
Fucking.
I know, that was a rhetorical question.
We are used to hearing stories about people taking inappropriate floaties to the beach. Usually it's a case of adults taking crocodile-shaped rafts out into the vastness of the open ocean before needing the Coast Guard to come and rescue them. In this instance, it turned out to be that a male who had been sunning himself on Miami Beach decided to head out into the water with a, quote, companion that just happened to be an inflatable doll. As you would expect, the beach at the time was full of families and kids, so bringing Belinda the blow-up doll...
Belinda does not sound like a...
How the fuck they know this thing had a name?
It's probably like that's their product name.
Like the name brand or whatever? Oh.
But I'm like, Belinda is just, it sounds like an unattractive name.
Well,
it sounds like it'd be like a...
generally unattractive.
Like birthy Belinda. Like she just, it sounds like a Bertha, like a girthy...
They got
like
that
a
stupid
girthy doll.
fucking mouth with the...
Oh.
It's just open on...
Yeah, he's probably floating around with his dick in it.
They look surprised all the time.
He's like, I'm not 69 and this is just my float.
Bring Belinda to the waterfront was never going to be a good idea. Belinda's owner was politely asked to leave the beach to prevent any further people from becoming upset. Clearly, on this occasion, he should have stuck to inflatable crocodiles.
Stuck to?
Or in.
Yeah.
That happens, though. People get on them fucking rafts and then they fall asleep and they wake up in the goddamn middle of the Gulf of Mexico and shit. We hear about that like at least once or twice a year.
That's because they're dumb.
It happens quick, man. Sometimes when I'm not even on a raft, I'm just like drunk and I'm floating around in the water out there and shit. I'm like, whoa, how'd I get so far out here?
Well, you're dumb too. I would take like a little weight and then tie a rope to it and then like anchor myself.
Is that what you would do?
Yeah, if you want to float out there so you don't float away. My dad and Patty, they live on the lake, and when they take the pontoon out, they have ropes on their raft, so they'll just tie the ropes to the boat and anchor the boat, and then they'll just lay and sun themselves and float around.
Hopefully we can get back to the beach a little bit this summer, man.
Yeah, but now red tided.
Goddamn, yeah, the red tide is gone. So I love that shit, getting drunk at the beach every weekend.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Like I'm a child.
Well, I don't, because I have to watch the children.
I watch them from the water.
Until you fall asleep or float away.
We're in DeLand, where a Florida man tried to escape the cops by stripping naked, and ribeye steaks fell out of his pants.
Whoa.
I like ribeyes.
No, you don't.
Not crotch ribeyes.
You like
What do you think a Philly's made out of?
Yeah, but you don't like ribeyes like on the grill. You like
True
the New York strips because you don't like the fattiness of.
True that.
I eat all the fat.
I know you do.
I love it.
You
so
like
good.
grizzle and shit too. You're like,
I don't like.
Yes, you do. You be sucking on chicken bones and fucking eating grizzle.
I know how to eat a wing.
You're like a goddamn savage, man.
I'm a mammal.
We feed you. You don't need to fucking suck the marrow out of chicken bones, you weirdo.
I don't suck the marrow out. I just make sure I get all the meat off. That's wasting money.
Police say that they found
Oh, is that it?
Stephen Short, 28, running out of the store
Without shorts.
in the buff. When he refused to stop, officers shot him with a taser. A lot of taser action this week.
Well, just fucking stop running.
Taser facing them. The incident occurred Friday night at a Save-A-Lot in DeLand. Let me tell you right off the cut, Save-A-Lot is the bottom tier grocery store, and their meat is probably like fucking lips and hooves. So why are you trying to steal fucking steaks from Save-A-Lot?
Right.
You know? Officers were sent to the store, and they were told Short was being pinned to the ground by the manager and a civilian, but he was fighting them. Witnesses reported to police that in an attempt to get away, Short wriggled out of his clothes.
Wriggled.
Shout out to robbing them. An officer arriving at the store saw coupon books and packs of meat scattered on the store's floor, and a naked Short running.
Oh, no.
The store manager reported that Short was a regular shoplifter at the store, and that when the other shoppers reported they saw him stuffing meats in his pants, the manager stopped him. How do you become a regular shoplifter? Like, they know it's you coming.
Right. Go to a different store.
I'm telling you, man.
And if you're going to steal meat, steal from Publix.
Short was taken to a hospital after it was discovered that a taser prong struck him in the genitals. I don't think that punishment fit the crime.
No, he's just trying to feed somebody.
Police said Short stole 4 packs of ribeye steaks valued at $41 and was charged with resisting an officer without violence, resisting a store employee while committing a theft, and first-degree petty theft.
All right.
A couple things that I wanted to respond to that you said. Said just trying to feed the family. I told you yesterday I was sitting behind a Wawa, and they have a back door, and I'm sitting there talking to you, and as I'm talking to you, this woman and her small child, maybe 5 years old tops, come barreling out of the back of Wawa, running, and she's got a sub tucked under her arm like a fucking football, and she's covering the points. Like, she ain't fumbling that bitch. Like, she's got that bitch locked up in her fucking arm. And they run, and the kid's got drinks in his hands.
Oh, no.
And they run, they jump in a car that's parked, like, on an angle. Like, they parked it like they're robbing fucking First National Bank and shit. Hop in that bitch and speed off. And I'm like, they just fucking stole us. Like, they're stealing
That's
breakfast
sad.
and shit. And then that's the first thing you said. She was like, maybe she can't afford to feed her kid. I don't know what to do with you. That doesn't mean go to Wawa and fucking steal the goddamn sub.
No, but what are you supposed to do? I guess there's food banks. But yeah, why would you get... I don't know. I feel like the criminals are trying to step up their game. Because if you're going to steal food, why steal something like that? Like, go and get a bag of chips or like some ding dongs or something.
Well, I told you, it's very easy to steal from Wawa.
Yeah, because the ticket.
Yeah, you. For those of you who aren't in Florida or Pennsylvania, where Wawas are, you order your sandwiches at a little touch screen, and it prints up a ticket. And you're supposed to take that ticket to the register, and it's got a barcode, and they scan it, and you pay for it. Well, they start making it as soon as that ticket comes out of the thing, not when you pay for it. So if you just print the fucking ticket and you go stand at the counter and wait for it, they will call your number.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So then they just take their sandwich over, or their ticket over there, get their sandwich, and they fucking haul ass. And they all have back doors. Do you know how much beer that we have that gets like stolen?
Yeah, because it's next to the beer cooler.
Fuck yeah, dude. People just go in there, they'll grab an 18-pack of Heineken and walk out.
That's terrible.
And the store people are supposed to not stop you.
Right, because they don't want you to get hurt. They don't want them to get hurt.
A lot of different stores I've seen, I have been hiring off-duty police officers to watch those back doors or whatever. But like, I don't...
They used to have stuff like that at PetSmart when I worked there.
What
to
do you mean?
catch stuff. Like, it would just be... I don't know if they're off-duty police officers, but just people in civilian clothes that look for stuff like that. That look for shoplifters.
Well, that was the one thing. And then the other thing, you said steal your meat from Publix. Did you see the thing from Publix is getting protested by Greenpeace?
For what?
The use of plastic bags and not being, like, recycle friendly.
What?
They have this big plastic bag monster. He's like fucking, I don't know.
Oh, I did
you
see that video. He looks like the monster from Sesame Street.
Something. He looks like Oscar
Or the
Grouch
Muppets. No, the Muppets. Like the big hairy guy
Animal?
with the big nose. No.
Oh, the brown dude.
Yeah, the big brown dude, you know,
Oh,
that's what he looks
right,
like.
Yeah. Well, they're bringing that to different Publixes, and they're protesting because of plastic bags. And I'm like, man, I don't know how many times we've donated to charity at Publix and got those fucking cloth bags, and then we just don't
never
use them.
But Publix also has an area where you can recycle your plastic bags. Plus, everything in there is wrapped in some sort of plastic.
Well, apparently they put stores through the ringer about like how environmentally friendly they are, and Publix scored like a 7 out of 100 or something.
Oh, wow, that's pretty low.
That they're like, out of the 20 chains that they did it to, Publix was like fucking 15th or something.
Yeah, because like IKEA, you got to buy a bag. You can't even use them.
Like, yeah, I know, right?
But for people that need groceries, you can't just not provide them bags. And I would never want to use like a paper bag for anything because them bitches fucking rip.
People love those though, especially like old people.
That's because that's what they grew up with.
Times are changing, you know.
They use them to like kindle the fireplace and shit because you just roll them up real tight, put them in their fireplace or in their wood burning stove.
I got one more for you.
All right.
Gainesville. Jars of human tongues were discovered under Florida man's home.
Ew. Where the fuck's he getting those?
Police say they responded when a home inspector doing an estimate on repairs found at least 6 jars of human remains dating back to the 1960s.
Oh my.
These remains, preserved in jars, contained tongues and thyroid tissue. Police say they were gathered by University of Florida professor Dr. Ronald Bauman as specimens.
Okay.
The university says he worked at UF College of Dentistry from 1971 to 2002 as a forensic what's that word? Odontological.
I don't know.
What's that mean?
I can't see it.
Odontological. I don't know. It's a big word. It's got lots of O's and shit.
Did you say he was going to dentist school?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the modern day, these specimens are heavily regulated. Back in the 60s and 70s, those protocols were probably not as strict. George Campos with the Gainesville police said. Campos explains why the remains may have been stored under the home. It's a cool area for the stuff to be preserved, but with the work he was doing at UF, he never got around to it and forgot they were underneath his home when he moved. Police brought the remains to a medical examiner's office to verify the age of the specimens and confirm they belong to Bauman. Quote, they've been very forthcoming from the get-go. That's why in our preliminary investigation, we don't find anything criminal. We just need to get everything verified. I think that's horse malarkey.
Well, if he was in the colleges and he was going to medical school and he was a teacher or whatever, or a professor.
That's a front. That's a fucking front.
Yeah, because I don't know why you would need tongues and thyroid tissue.
In your house.
To be a dentist.
And you got a lab, right? You doing it at Florida? University of Florida Gators?
I don't know why you would need that many.
Because he killed that many. That's Texas Chainsaw shit, Melissa. You saw the fucking crawl space in Texas Chainsaw with fingernails and jars and shit. Who knows? Mm-hmm. Who knows? Well, a lot of motherfuckers walking around without tongues like that dude from People Under the Stairs. Shout out to Bobby Moore.
Oh, yeah. Was that Steve Belushi?
His name was Roach.
What was his name? Not Belushi. What's his name? The
Buscemi?
Yeah, that guy. The googly guy motherfucker. Wasn't he the dude under the stairs? He looked like him.
I don't think so.
No? Oh. He looked like him.
That dude's name was Roach, though.
Oh.
He ain't had no tongue.
I think I remember.
They cut his tongue out so he couldn't talk.
Right. I remember that. I've only seen that movie once, but I do remember.
Oh, for real? Let's watch it again, because they started talking about it in New Jersey, and I'm like, I ain't seen that in a minute.
Okay.
I want to watch it.
I'll watch it again.
It used to scare the fuck out of me, dude.
Yeah.
You'll like it. We'll watch it.
Speaking of tongues, I sent you a story.
You speaking in tongues?
No, speaking of tongues.
Speaking of tongues?
I sent you a story,
and
a
they
Florida
were
story.
late. They were late editions, so I didn't get to read them.
Well, just the one. I just sent you the one. It was about a teacher who washed a kid's mouth out with hand sanitizer.
Let me check
Squirted it in her mouth. Or in his mouth.
Check my messages from my baby girl. What I got up in my shit.
Because we had that story a couple weeks ago about the teacher at the daycare writing on the baby's stomach to bring diapers.
Oh, right.
And now, and there's things in the news all the time about teachers yelling in kids' faces. And I was like, this badass little kid probably fucking needed his mouth washed out.
You want me to read it?
Yeah, go ahead.
West Palm Beach, Florida teacher washed out student's mouth with hand sanitizer. It says, Florida middle school teacher has been suspended after district officials found she used hand sanitizer to wash out the mouth of a student who was talking too loud in her class. Yeah. Ooh, not even being nasty or
he might
vulgar.
Have been. Maybe
he was just talking too loud.
It's probably the media. They don't want to put that he was being vulgar because then they don't want to make the kid the victim.
Yeah, you're right. Palm Beach County School Board on Wednesday approved a 10-day suspension without pay. She remains on alternative assignment while she appeals the suspension. The student told administrators that Duhart told him he needed to have his mouth washed out with soap. Mm-hmm. 6 students told Palm Beach County School District officials that the teacher grabbed a bottle of hand sanitizer and pumped it into the student's mouth. Oh my God, that's sick, dude.
Yeah, I was like, how would you even hold that kid's mouth open? He's probably like, I fucking dare you to do it. He probably held his own mouth open. He's a middle schooler. He thinks he's got a big dick.
Oh my God.
Thinks he's got a big dick and some big balls. He's like, yeah, I bet you won't do it. I'll hold my mouth open for you.
She admitted to school investigators that she put the hand sanitizer near his mouth, but said that he grabbed the bottle and pumped it into his own mouth. See? There you go. Report said the student spit on the floor and left the classroom. I was really unaware anything occurred until he left. He returned to class and I allowed him to wash out his mouth. And he was trying to frame the bitch.
That's what sounds like. Yeah, that sounds like it to me. I didn't read the whole thing. I was just reading the headline.
Yeah. Well, they headlines. They ain't articles.
Because middle school kids are dicks. Shout out to all them teachers. Because there's no way that I'd be able to do that job. I'd be punching kids left and right.
For real, dude. For real.
They all be sitting in corners crying.
I think back to how it was when we were in school, and that was 30 fucking years ago. So, I mean, it's gotten worse.
Oh, absolutely. Mostly because parents don't discipline their kids anymore.
It's true. It's true. Mm-hmm. I thought about that last weekend when we were in front of the realtor, and I had to snap on Logan, and I cracked his ass. And then then we saw him again the next day, and you're like, well, you're not going to get to witness any domestic violence today. Or
I said child abuse.
Child abuse. I'm like, damn, make me feel like shit because I fucking corrected my child's behavior,
Well, yeah. I didn't try to make you feel like shit, but you punched him in the leg.
Well, he should have been doing dumb shit, and that's all I could grab at the time. I tried to fucking grab at him. You ever get so flustered and you're trying to grab at him, and the only thing you could get, you do?
Yeah, I know.
I had access to his fucking ham hock, and I cracked him, dude. That's it. He's living. He's still walking around. He's upstairs right now being loud as fuck, and I want to crack him again.
I know.
Speaking of which, why don't we take a quick break and freshen up, and then I got a little treat for you when we come back.
Oh, sweet.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Hey guys, this is Scott,
Albert,
and Mark from the 2.5 Amigos.
We're just hanging out talking about random thoughts,
stolen gold medals, box office nightmares, and today's blunders.
If these are topics that you would listen to,
check us out at 2.5amigos.com.
Hey, what's going on? This is Bobby Moore from the Simmons and More podcast.
Yo, what's up? This is Adam Simmons from the Simmons and More podcast.
And you are listening to the fucking beautiful motherfuckers from Tampa themselves, The fucking Wutskis.
The Wutskis, the Wutskis, the Wutskis. They're from Chicago, but they live in Tampa, Florida. The Wutskis.
The Wutskis. Only on HTNOS. Only on the Inner Circle Podcast Network. Fuck Tampa and they 2 rings.
And we're back. That's what I got.
That's all you got?
Yep, still drinking on my socialite.
Got a new flavor at least?
I had a grapefruit one last time when we were doing the game show with Mikey and Jackie.
Oh, yeah. Good. Thanks for mentioning that. I completely forgot about that. Inner Circle game show. It's called the Winner Circle. That first episode was recorded last week, and I believe the video is on our Facebook and
Inner Circle Podcast Network page.
Yeah, and I think Mikey's actually going to release the audio of that too.
Oh, cool.
We squared off against Beth and DJ from the Untrained Eye, and we got our asses handed to us.
That's all right. They're smarter than us.
Yeah, congrats to them. It's a cool idea, and it was a fun concept. And
I had fun.
I'm very impressed with Mikey and his wife and their work on the show.
And the questions he came up with.
Shout out to y'all.
Yeah.
But last week, we did questions, and that was fun.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed doing that, and I really I like it when we have interaction like that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do it this week.
Because?
Well, because I forgot, for one.
Oh.
I was going to ask, and then I forgot. But I found something online, and I ordered it, and it's called pod decks.
Mm-hmm.
So what they are is, like, they're literal decks of cards, and they're supposed to help podcasters with, like, writing block and shit, you know, come up with ideas. And there's one, there's an interview deck I have here to help with, like, interview questions.
That's
and
cool.
Shit. So we're gonna do our own.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna do our own questions here.
You just gonna shuffle them up?
I'm gonna fuck with each deck here. I talked to the guy a little bit on his Instagram live today, because I just happened to be scrolling and pod decks went live. Yeah, the guy who created them, and told him I was unveiling them tonight, and he said, "Cool, I can't wait to hear what you did. Tag me in the post or whatever." So
better make it good.
Yeah, well, let's shuffle them up and
we'll
we'll see what we
happens.
can do. The website is poddecks.com, and I'm not sponsored or anything by them. I just think it's a cool idea.
It is a cool idea.
I like friend of podcasts.
Well, when you're doing something like this and you do it every week, and sometimes your brain just needs a little bit of motivation.
I'm literally shuffling the pod deck.
I know.
I don't know if you can hear that. But we're tired. We got life going on, but we still want to record and we still want to do shit, you know.
And we want to put out good stuff.
We want to put out as good as we can put out.
Mm-hmm.
So right off the top here, let's see what the first card we pull is.
Okay. Uh-oh. What's the matter?
Do you want to take a guess what this fucking says?
How many dicks have I sucked?
Yes, that's what it says, and I need to know.
How about...
I need to know.
What got you into podcasting?
I need to know.
Oh, that's confidential.
Interview your significant other.
Oh my gosh, how weird is that? Saturn Time Cube.
I just fucking shuffled this bitch. You could hear me shuffling it.
We're in the time cube.
All right, so that's what I pull. Interview significant other. I don't have like prepared questions or anything.
Know.
Do you want me to? Here, I'll open the interview desk and I'll.
Oh, okay. So you're getting smart with it.
Yeah, I'll take a question from the interview deck.
Okay.
This is fucking cool already.
Mm-hmm.
Shuffle the interview deck. Right here on the top. What we got?
All right, interview me.
When you think about success, who comes to mind and why?
You.
What? Why?
Because everything that you set your mind to, you do it to the best of your ability. And if you succeed, then it's great. But if you fail, then you take it like a champ and you come up from it.
You're going to make me cry.
Nah.
And I don't necessarily agree. I mean, I'd take it, but I don't take it like a champ.
How many
I fucking
times,
cry and moan and piss and fucking...
How many times did you go into JJ Taylor before you got hired?
3.
Yeah. You didn't take no for an answer. You had to do it.
Well, I mean, I don't know if they would have said no the third time. What am I going to do? Get arrested? Like, I don't know what else I could have did, you know?
You do what you got to do.
And, well, I appreciate your kind words, madam.
You're welcome.
What is something you like that most people don't?
Farts.
What do you mean?
They're funny?
Like sitting there smelling your own farts and shit?
No.
Like,
everyone likes their own brand, don't they? This is magic.
Just sitting there fucking gassing yourself out of a room?
I think a lot of people think they're
oven
gross, and I think that they're funny.
I'm going to tell you what. When we were in New Jersey, and we were standing on the porch of Adam's house, and we were getting ready to shoot that music video, the noxious gases that were coming out of Hunter are not normal. And there was nothing funny about it. There was not one fucking thing humorous about it. I dry heaved. I thought I was going to throw up in the grass.
Ooh,
that's never
bad.
happened from a fart to me before.
Let's
I could
see.
taste it on my tongue.
All right, let's see if there's anything else. I like sausage, mushroom, and green pepper pizza, which I know you don't like. Cause
I don't like it.
Staple for you is pepperoni.
No, I'll tell you why I don't like it. Because when we get it, the water from the green pepper and the mushroom and shit, it makes it watery. Like, it makes the crust turn, like, fucking soggy. So when we eat it, it's all, like, just, it's nasty. It's mushy and shit.
Because
I don't fucking like it.
Vegetables have water in them.
Yeah, I don't fucking like it.
I like to eat cold hot dogs.
You are so sick, dude.
And I wrap it in a slice of American cheese. Like, not cooked
We are
cold.
not poor. We are not poor,
Don't
Melissa.
talk to me about nasty poor food, Mr. Tortilla with a slice of American cheese.
I haven't done that in 20
Doesn't
fucking
matter.
years, man.
But it's not like it's a cooked hot dog and then it's cold in the fridge. It's like straight out the package, Oscar Mayer Wiener
I don't
style.
understand, though, because we're not poor. We have money. Like, what are you doing that for?
I like the way it tastes. It's good. I like all kinds of pickles. I guess a lot of people like pickles. That's probably it.
That's probably it. What's left on your bucket list?
I don't have a bucket list because I was taught
me
to
neither.
keep my bar low, so I'm not disappointed.
You were taught that by me.
I know. So I don't have a bucket list.
It's fucked up that I could teach you something at an impressionable age and it still applies because we're still together. I told you that when you were fucking 17.
I know. But if I did have a bucket list, I think it would just be to make it to a nice old age to where we're not totally dependent on other people and are still kicking, and just be able to live our lives happily and, get to see our kids have grandkids, or kids have kids.
That's good. That's a good one. Because, I mean, like...
I don't want to jump out of a plane. I don't want to go off the Niagara Falls. Like, I don't want to do stuff like that.
Well,
no skydiving.
2 nights ago, I mean, like, I seriously thought, like, it was it. Like, I thought my time was up.
I know.
Like, I was sitting here waiting for you to get home, and I was talking to Joe B on the phone, and I was getting dinner for the kids together and shit, and like I hung up with him because Lucas was bothering me and I couldn't hear him anyway, so I said, let me get them situated, let me let you go. And no sooner than I said that, like, I just started sweating, and like I was short on breath, and like I couldn't fucking, like, my heart was beating out of my chest, and I like fucking went down to a knee and I called you. I'm like, where are you at? Like, I just need you to know that, like, shit's fucked up right now, and you might come in and I'm
no, that's why I say you probably should have went to the hospital.
Probably should have. I feel like I had a mild heart attack.
I do too. Maybe we can still take you and get you scanned. Because they can still tell.
Yeah.
Because there'll be a little bit. It's kind of like when you have a stroke, like a mild stroke. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but there's just that little imprint, like a little footprint there that says something happened.
Yeah.
Something like that. But we should definitely get checked out just because of the history with your mom too.
See, and that's fucked up that you said it like that too, where you could see, like, go back and like check the log and shit, because then that like lends to we're all computers in a fucking simulation. Like, you could just go back and pull up the air log.
Yeah,
and
like
shit.
there's just a footprint of what happened.
That's fucked up, man. But this is all fake. This is all fucking fake.
All ones and zeros, baby.
All right, I'm gonna do one more of these on the interview, and then we're gonna switch to something else. What is the trait you most deplore in yourself?
I'm too nice.
I love how you're not even thinking about these. You're just firing off at the hip.
Because I'm telling the truth.
You fucking
I'm
know.
just telling the truth. I feel like I'm too nice and then I get taken advantage of. I think I've done a lot better with
that.
I think I've done a lot better with it over the years. But
Fucking heard that.
I think that's probably my greatest weakness is my compassion.
And I feel like over the years that you and I have kind of like gotten closer to each other's shit with that.
Like we're balanced almost.
I used to completely be the opposite. And now I've gone that way, and you're getting harder, where I've become more open and nicer and shit. Not that you'd ever fucking know it.
Yes, you can. You could tell.
Anyway.
But I think we balance each other out.
Fucking word up, dog.
So this is from the regular deck now?
This is from the regular deck, and it just says replay your most downloaded episode. Like, what does that mean? Replay it live on the air and like do commentary?
Maybe, or re-release it.
That's a good idea. Maybe I'm gonna go in and look and see what our most downloaded episode is, and then maybe we could do like a mystery science on it and just do commentary. But it's weird because we'll be talking over talking, so like it'd be hard to, you know what I mean? It'd be hard to.
And
really...
I feel like it would be almost twice as long because we're talking over talking.
Hey, filibuster for me right now. I'm going to pull it up and see what our most downloaded episode is.
Well, maybe we can listen to it not on air and then kind of like talk a little bit about it before you release it. You know, we listen back to this episode and hear our thoughts on it. Here, check it out or whatever.
Here we go. All episodes, all time.
It's going to be Elmi's episode.
Actually, no. Our number 1 episode is the 2-year anniversary call-in show.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Number 2 is Island Time with Joe B. when Joe was on vacation and he was here over the summer. Number 3 is the Flamingo Conspiracy. I don't remember which one that is. Number 4 is when Rich came through, Unfinished Business.
Nice.
And number 5 is Hit the 57 with Adam and Bobby. From back in May.
I like that. That's
cool. Our top 5.
I wonder if Flamingo Conspiracy was the one where y'all talked about. No, because that was Saturn Time QB.
No, Flamingo Conspiracy. I remember it was when that dude was kicking birds over in Orlando.
Oh. Okay.
Remember we were saying he got suicided by PETA or something?
Yeah.
Right, some stupid shit.
Yeah, he ended up dying.
Jason Almy is number 7.
Oh, he was number 1 for a long time.
He was number 1 for a long time, but shit changes.
Shit happens.
Shit happens when you
don't put out a show.
What? It's got nothing to do with our show. Plus, he just did put out a show. Speaking of which,
good on him.
Is probably one of the most favorite podcasts I've ever had the pleasure of being on. It was when we were in New Jersey, and me and him and Adam got really fucked up and just talked about supernatural shit for an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And
I didn't get to listen to all of it.
You should, and so should everybody that's listening. Go check out the most recent episode of Shit Happens When You Party Naked. It's called like the Conspiracy Bros or some shit.
Yeah, part 2, which I don't know what part 1 is supposed to be.
Well, because the 3 of us did the Saturn Time Cube episode because you were gone.
Okay.
So we were thinking about making our conspiracy show like a regular thing, and now the next time we'll go on Sam PC's feed or something.
I got you.
Yeah, dude, I love doing shows with those guys.
They're good peeps.
Well, maybe we'll stick a pin in this one. Maybe we'll do that with the most downloaded episode.
Mm-hmm.
Questions I would ask parentheses famous person on the podcast. So I guess fill in the blank.
Questions I would ask. Let me see the card. Oh, I see. So I'd be like, what questions would you ask? Like, what's the dude's name that's married to Jennifer Lopez?
Jennifer Lopez.
Mm-hmm. A-Rod.
I don't know what I would say to him because I don't know baseball.
Is your pussy tight?
Oh, hers? Oh, dude, I'm so glad you said that. Did you know that with the Super Bowl ad, she started a movement called like hashtag JLo Challenge, where like all these women, like all these moms and housewives and shit are posting bikini like selfies and shit because like
them.
She's like empowering all the housewives and shit. And that's the thing, like they're not like like super like fit chicks. They're like, I've got my stretch marks and this and that, and I got this and I got that, and she like started this fucking movement.
Well, good for her.
Because JLo's the bomb like that, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
This says cool shit that I'm using lately. Parentheses apps, podcasts, or services.
My Salt Rock lamp.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's cool shit that I'm using lately.
That's cool.
It never
shit.
turns off. It's always on.
What am I using lately? Apps, products, and services. I'm not using any new apps.
Mm-mm.
I've been balls deep in tinfoil hats. Like I'm listening to them 2-3 times a week. So I mean, like that's a podcast I could recommend.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Tripoli and his conspiracy shit. I sent you one today that is like,
yeah, I need to check it out.
It's fucking fantastic. They're going like debunking like the Bible and shit. Like it's really good. Really fucking interesting shit.
Speaking of the Bible and speaking of Riggle, Rob Riggle has a new show.
I didn't speak about him since like
because I said Riggle.
It was like fucking 30 minutes
I know,
ago.
and then I forgot. So I was watching Travel Channel like I do. This motherfucker has got a new show on the Travel Channel called Rob Riggle World Adventurer or something. And he's like Indiana fucking Jones going look for the Holy Grail and shit. And then they just like have him looking at the camera like a bunch of like stupid shit like at the like Jim at the office like dun dun dun. And he look at the camera. And then he's like, they pan out and he's got a sledgehammer and the guy's like, what you doing? He's like, I'm about to get this Holy Grail.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he's killing the demons.
No. But I was like, I'll watch him because he was good on Shark Week when he was on that last year with Shaq.
I forgot
I like
about
him.
that.
He's funny.
I like Shaq.
I like Shaq too. In his fucking printer commercials. Never run out of ink.
3 silly mistakes to avoid in life.
Silly mistakes.
Yeah.
To avoid in life. How about make sure you check your legs before you leave the house to make sure you didn't miss a spot, because I always seem to miss like this big just like runway of hair.
Runway.
Like, I'd shave around and then there'll just be like this one patch of hair that goes all the way up my leg.
When we do go to the beach a lot in the summertime, I always notice your ankles.
I know.
Because you forget like the ball on your ankle.
It's not that I forget, but it's like I try to do my best. I mean, it's not like there's a lot of light in the shower. So I just kind of like feel with one hand and then shave with the other, like to see if I feel any hair.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How about never leave the house without your phone? Because I do that a lot.
You do. And you know what else you leave the house without, and it bothers me?
My rings?
Yeah.
I'm wearing them.
Well, congrats. It always bothers me when I walk in and I see your fucking wedding rings on the goddamn dresser or the sink or wherever you fucking left them. The days you don't wear them are much greater than the days you do.
I tell you, and we've gone over this before, when I cook dinner, I take them off. When I give the kids a bath, I take them off, and then I leave them off. When I take a shower, I take them off and put them on the sink. And sometimes I'm just running, and then I just walk out the door without them.
You running.
And a lot of times they're sitting right up here over the sink because I take them off while I make dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I can think of one more. How about don't drink too much when you're out in public, because that can cause a really bad scene, as I know firsthand.
First anniversary.
Yeah.
First wedding anniversary.
Yeah. God, I had to get drug out of Landry's
I had to go into the ladies' room.
under my armpits, and
I had to go into the ladies' room and pick you up off the floor.
Yep.
And that was also a night where we had a $1,000 tab
that we didn't pay
at our. Well, don't say it like that. Like we dined and dashed. We had somebody pay it for us.
Right.
But
yeah, don't go overboard in public.
That's actually a funny story that I don't know that we've ever told.
We did. We've told it before.
I don't remember that.
Mm-hmm.
It was our first wedding anniversary, and we were at Landry's in Tampa, which is right on Tampa Bay. It's right on the water. And we were balling on a fucking budget. Like, we had no money whatsoever. We were 24, 25 years old, something like that. And we didn't have any money. We were fucking poor. We already bought a house, so we had the house expenses. And it was our 1 year anniversary, and your sister-in-law was down on vacation. My sister-in-law was down on vacation with the guy she was dating. And that was the first time we had met him. Mm-hmm. And they came down for our anniversary, I believe, to spend it with us. And we went out to eat, and we were being so super conscious. We didn't order any appetizers. We were watching what we ordered. We didn't get any drinks. And then finally, I think it was the dude, he said, like, aren't you guys going to get a drink to celebrate or something? And we were like, we just don't have enough money. And he was like, fuck that. And he ordered a bottle of champagne. Mm-hmm. And we went through, then we started getting loose. We went through a couple of bottles of champagne. We drank them we were getting fucking Moet and shit. And then they were like, hey, we're all out of that. All we got left is Dom. And he's like, yeah, bring it. What? Mm-hmm. We drank like 5 bottles of fucking champagne that night, had our dinner and shit, and that's when we found out that you can't handle champagne.
No, I cannot. And I felt fine until I stood up to go to the bathroom, and then it's like it all just rushed through me, and then I fell down and couldn't get back up.
Yeah, you were gone forever, and then your sister came back and got me, and her and I had to go into the ladies' room, pick you up off the floor, and drag me to the car. Drag your lifeless body to the car. And then I put you in the passenger seat, and you reclined all the way back so you can hold hands and hug with your sister and shit. And you cried. You cried all the way home. Both of you actually.
Yeah, because we were both drunk as fuck.
Cried. And I'm just driving with 2 hands on the wheel, fucking 10 and 2.
You were pissed off.
No, I wasn't pissed. I was getting annoyed because the 2 of you dumb bitches were crying and shit.
My sister.
You can't make me leave. I want to be with my sister. Like, bitch, no one's making you leave. What are you talking about right now?
Because they flew out the next day.
Oh my God. Yeah.
But then the dude at the time was like, I'll switch your ticket if you want to stay. Like, he was,
I think, trying to make a great impression on us.
Worked for a minute.
It worked for a hot second because, when I saw the bill come and it was $978, I was like, what in the actual fuck are we going to do right now? And he just put a fucking credit card down like it was no big deal. And I'm like, oh, damn, it's like that, dude? Okay, cool. Hey, come on back to the house.
Right.
Yeah, shout out to the good times. Mm-hmm. Share the craziest thing that's ever happened to you. This is after that story.
Right.
What's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you?
I'm
not prepared to answer something like that. Like, I would have to sit and think about it because my fucking brain doesn't work like that.
Well, I think the craziest thing that's ever happened to me was when we went to Ryan's house for that cookout for that boil, and then you were vomiting shrimp all over the inside of your car because I couldn't pull over
That's
fast
the craziest
enough.
thing that's ever happened to you. You just wanted to say that. I put you on blast getting drunk, so you had to fucking return the favor. That's all that was. That wasn't the craziest thing that's ever fucking happened to you.
Oh, I'll tell you what happened to me. I was at Best Buy and I was getting a TV. So
this is back in the day before they were flat.
Yeah, so I was getting a TV and I couldn't fit it in my car. So I was calling your uncle to come help me because he had a truck at the time.
Where was I?
Working.
Oh, why weren't you working?
I don't remember.
Fucking
So I was
hooky
at Best Buy
scumbag.
getting a TV, and then I'm waiting for Chuck to come, and this guy walks by, and he was like, "Do you need help with that?" I'm like, "It won't fit in my car. It's too big." And then he's like, "Well, why don't you take it out of the box?" I'm like, "That's a great idea." And then he's like, "Hey, do you listen to 99.5?" And I was like, "Yeah, listen every morning." It was one of the, what's it, Brock something.
Chad Brock.
Chad Brock.
He had a one-hit wonder on country radio back in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Insert song.
She said yes, I believe.
Yeah, you're right. It is a she said yes. I said wow. She said when. And I said, how about right now, love? It can't wait.
You know the whole goddamn thing, huh?
It just came to me. It just came to me after you said that. So I was like, how cool is that? So that was kind of crazy. Also, I said that Jason Aldean was at Disney World at the same time as me, but I didn't meet him or anything, so that's not that crazy.
That's not that crazy.
No. And then, no, that's not that crazy. And then the one time I met Joe Rogan at the Improv, which was cool because that's the only time that he's ever come to Tampa.
Well, that's not true, and that's not that wasn't that crazy because we paid to be there. It wasn't like we bumped into him at the fucking Central Ybor or something. You know, like we went to see his show.
I know we did, but a lot of people don't do that anymore. They don't stop for pictures. Yeah, they don't do that stuff anymore.
Well, that was also, like you said, that was like 2005 or something. We did that.
I can't believe my fucking dog bite.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
That was pretty crazy. I got a big ass scar on my arm because I got attacked by a dog when I worked at PetSmart.
Yeah, and we've told that whole story before. I don't know what episode that was on, but we've told that story.
Yeah, because I posted pictures of my scars on Facebook after this. I think 2 was still here. So it was a while ago.
He definitely was.
Yeah,
he definitely was
ago.
Because that's why we told it, because we've been friends with him for over 10 fucking years,
and he didn't even
he's never known.
Yeah,
like
he never
you said something about
your
your scar, and he was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Right.
Like, are you dense?
He really is. He pays no attention to anything.
Yeah, so you got attacked by a dog and got mauled up on your arm. I would say probably, I'll go the craziest thing that's ever happened to me is when I split my fucking head open.
With the basketball rim?
Yeah, I think we joke about me having CTE, and I really think that like that did something.
What's fucked up to me is like everybody ran away and didn't help you except for like one kid.
Yeah. We were 16 years old. We had a rollaway basketball rim, and we were having a dunk contest, so we lowered it down. We made it like 8 feet, which, I mean, I'm 6 feet, so it's not really that stretch to fucking...
jump 2 feet
to jump on it, you know? But we did that so we could all do like crazy dunks, you know, like fucking spins.
Spin around and shit,
yeah, hell yeah, all that shit. And I fucking dieseled that thing, and I snapped the pole, and the fucking backboard broke, and it came down, and it cracked my head. It like sliced my head open, and I was bleeding and shit, and like you said, everybody ran. I was laying on my back, and I just saw stars, man, like literally like cartoon stars.
Got concussed.
Something, man, and I ain't been right since, dude. And that's when I was 16. I can't remember shit now, and like I'm almost 40, and I see the effects of that. You know what I mean? Like when I say CTE, we're joking, but we're not. You know, like I do have some sort of fucking deficiency. That was fucking crazy. Share your greatest fear.
I would say losing one of the children.
Wow, that's fucking morbid.
That's dying dark. Before you, because I feel like you couldn't come back from it.
I'm glad you said that, because I'm more comfortable with you saying that I couldn't come back from losing you to I couldn't handle like the kids by myself. I thought that's where you were going to go. Like, you can't be a dad without me.
No. I know you could be a dad without me. I just feel like you wouldn't come back from that, and I don't feel like you would find somebody else to make you happy, because you wouldn't think that would be possible.
No, I for sure wouldn't. I would find somebody to occupy my time, but I mean, like, I'd never get married again. I would never fucking, it would just be somebody to wake up next to warm, if anything, you know?
Right, or losing you. That's a big one.
Oh, thanks. So it's that would be the third.
Well, because I feel like, I don't know, not that it would be the least hurtful, but like you would be the last thing that I'd want to happen.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and then I worry about that too, because you know, like you don't take care of yourself so much.
I don't. I'm really bad with that.
I'm pushing you to do that because you know, like I don't want that to become an issue.
I know, and it's all time, and it sucks because, like, when we were growing up, you know, Mom stayed home and she took us to all our dentist appointments and all our doctor's appointments, and now that
you're a grown up.
I know, and I work, and I find it hard to take our kids to the doctor when they're supposed to, or even to the dentist, or for whatever. You know, it's hard for me just to do that because I don't want to miss work because I don't know.
They're going soon, though, right?
Yeah, next week.
Yeah, they're going soon.
Yeah, I think now that I feel a little bit more comfortable at this place, that I feel like I could just say, "Hey, I'm going to be late this day."
Shit.
What's better?
Nothing. I'm trying to keep these ones that we've picked
already
separated.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's why I did that, because that's from this deck and that's from these decks. Got it. I'm there.
I like these.
Yeah, I do too. These things are cool, and it's stimulating a nice little back and forth. Yeah, you know.
That's what they're supposed to do.
Exactly. We got what I learned about myself this quarter.
I learned that I can make a big change in my life and be fine.
You're not even going to address the fact that it says this quarter? Like this?
No, because I live in quarters.
You live your life a quarter mile at a time? Fucking Vin Diesel?
Quarter year at a time?
I'm visualizing the fucking Photoshop that I'm going to do with you on Vin Diesel's body this week.
Great. Am I going to be bald too?
Fucking Fast and the Furious.
No, I learned I could make a big change and everything will be fine. We're making another big change.
That's one thing about you that if I have to pick a flaw of yours, that's one thing about you is you get comfortable and then you never want to get out of that spot.
Yeah, once you
figure out that shit works, you're like, this is as good as I need it to be. I never need to aspire for anything better.
Right.
I don't want to move away from this because I know that this works. And
I feel it with the townhouse. I feel it with the house that we're in.
Fuck that.
I'm going to miss this place.
I
and
know,
you're like,
you said that and I'm like, I never, not once, not ever.
I don't know. I feel like
goddamn townhouse.
I painted everything, all the walls, and
you're going to paint the new house too.
I know. I put a lot of love into this place, and not that I wouldn't put it into the new place, but I mean, I think everywhere that we stay has a little bit of sentiment.
The only one that I ever really felt that way was our first house that we bought together, and that's because we brought Logan home there. And then when we left that house, I kind of felt bad a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
And I've drove by there a couple of times just to, you know, like, I don't know, just for whatever, just for sentimental sake or old time sake or whatever. And it's still like, yeah, it's still. I mean, there was a lot of good memories there just because we were young. It was the time of our life. But then there was a lot of bad memories there too. There was a lot of fucking holes in plaster in that house too. You know, like we're lucky.
Through some shit.
We're lucky to have come out of that with
time.
Yeah, we're lucky to have come out of that alive.
Whoa, alive, huh?
Figuratively speaking.
Maybe married.
Figuratively speaking. What do we got here? Why I quit blank.
Maybe why I quit Friends.
Well, if that's this is word association. If that's where you're going with this, who'd you quit? Why I quit blank? Who'd you quit?
I wouldn't say I quit anybody intentionally or specifically. It's just that I get so into my life at home that's like you say, like I get comfortable, but I feel like you guys are all I need. So then I don't make the time to reach out to other people for like friendships.
A lot of people are like that, and I'm finding more and more that a lot of females are like that, you know, especially moms, you know, and moms and wives, you know, as I, you know, extend my circle more and more and I become closer friends with more and more people and I'm finding out how, you know, different people's wives are, you know, that's something about females is that, you know, once they have kids, they're like you said, this is all I need. I'm going to pour everything into them now, which is great. You should do that. But then when those kids grow up and leave the house, then it's like, okay, now what? Or not even that old, when they grow up and go to school and then you're left sitting there with like, they have something to do all day. Now what the fuck are you going to do?
Right.
You know,
I don't pour everything into them because I still go to work every day and I have friends at work, but I'm not going to go out of my way to hang out with them after work or on the weekend.
No, I feel you.
Because I have you guys. But when we were young, that's all we did was go out with our friends and hang out and go to different places to eat and do whatever. So it's like, I feel like we kind of quit Friends.
Yes and no. I mean, that's just growing up.
So it's me then because you have plenty of friends. I I don't feel like I have friends.
You've always struggled with that.
Yeah.
Whenever we have friends, you always feel like they're my friends, and they're not your friends.
Well, I wouldn't say that they're not my friends, but I just don't have as close of a relationship.
Or you don't have like girlfriends, or you don't have like
I don't have
your crew or whatever.
Right.
And you got a couple girls you talk to, but like it's sporadic. It's few and far between.
Right. We'll snap or whatever with each other and text once in a while, but I mean, it's not like it was when I worked there.
You're right.
Because I don't see them every day.
Yeah, and again too, like I see, like that's coworkers, like where you're like they're my friends, and I'm like, it's just bitches you work with.
Yes and no. There are just bitches I work with, but my friends are the ones that I eat lunch with, or I've been to their house and they've met my kids.
Yeah, that's a good indicator.
Yeah,
that's a good indicator when you let them in like that. Record coffee with a friend or colleague. I think that's just like giving you an idea for a podcast. Hey, go have coffee with your friend or colleague.
I have coffee with you every Friday.
You do. I just finished it. Newbie mistakes in your industry.
In my work industry, newbie mistakes would probably be putting in a wrong delivery date or not putting a PO number into the dispatch comments.
That's so like tame. They're probably looking for like somebody who's like a firefighter or something. And it's like, if you don't do this, then you can fucking die.
You feel like you're going to die because you got people yelling at you and trucks getting have to pay in layovers because you fucked up. That sucks.
I'm in pretty much the sales industry, and a lot of people that come in brand new tend to overpromise and underdeliver, and they want you to underpromise and overdeliver as somebody in our position. So that's what people tend to, fuck up there. They think they're going to come in and change the world, and they're like, I'm going to be the best, and I'm going to be the man, and then they find out real quick that they can't.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's a big mistake people make. Play Would You Rather with a guest. We don't have a guest. But you know what?
We could call Logan down here. I'm sure he'd love to guest.
I don't want to talk to him right now. I've been, all February, I've been meaning to get Bobby Moore on here by himself, but he's been having issues with his laptop. He tried to be a guest on the awards that Mikey did a couple weeks ago and was having some issues. So I'm trying to let him get his technical shit ironed out, and then we're going to have Bobby on.
That'd be cool.
We haven't had any guests in a while, probably since before I went to New Jersey, and I need to line some people up.
Okay.
If you want to be a guest, get at me. Cause,
we don't care who you are.
Well, we do kind of a little bit.
Why?
I want to just have regular schmegular ass people.
Why not? Maybe they have an interesting life.
Well, if you have an interesting life and you're regular schmegular, then get my DMs. Are you a
spy like Uncle Randy?
Randy's not a spy. He's a fucking hitman? Yeah, he's a hitman.
That's what I meant.
I want to do crime with him. One day he's going to take me on and be his protege. I don't know what I have to do to prove myself or when that's going to be. I mean, I think I've demonstrated that I have very loyal qualities.
That's true. You're just not very fast or agile.
I'm both of those things. I have deceptive speed. You don't even know about me.
Deceptive.
Yeah, I'm like once I get going, man, you can't stop.
You're like one of those like steam trains. You're like, whoosh.
You're goddamn right. You're goddamn right. You've watched me play football, Melissa. Once these legs start moving,
babe, that was a long time ago.
Oh, but girl, the muscles they remember.
No, then they cramp up and you fall down.
I do have hip problems now. I'm falling apart. I am gonna die.
Don't say that.
But y'all say it.
We'll pull a couple more of these and then we'll call it a night.
Okay.
This one says record an Instagram or Facebook Live.
Right now? No, thanks.
You want to come over here and get behind me? You're not camera ready?
Sure
Is
not.
that what you're saying?
I washed all my face off.
We'll stick a pin in that one too. We'll do that. We'll do that one another time. Discuss a trending topic. That's literally what our entire show is. We won't.
Butt stuff.
We'll pass that one. Car casts. Thoughts on a commute. Podcast in a car. We've done that before.
It's like, have we?
I think so. We've done with the Zoom. When we first got it, I believe, when we were driving out to Disney or something. I feel like we've done it in a car.
No, we were going to bring it to Disney and then we didn't.
True that. We didn't. When we were in Jersey, Joe had it running in the car.
Ah, okay. So you did it, not me.
I didn't do it. He was in the car with my equipment.
Oh, got you.
I didn't do it. What am I struggling with this week? This week I am struggling with fatigue and headaches and stupid people and patience is what I'm struggling with. And that's a weekly problem, but Those are the top of mind things. What about yourself?
I would have to say the same with the stupid people.
Same.
Because, everybody knows that listens. I take Logan to school every morning, and this morning I got behind somebody that was moving really slow, and Logan says, I wish that we can just glitch through the cars, like on Wreck-It Ralph, when she's glitching through the cars or whatever. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I wish that we can he called it something else. He didn't call it glitch. I think he said phase or something, like we could phase through the cars. And I'm like, well, if we did that, what if there was a car in front of us or in front of them and then we hit it? And he was like, I just wish that everybody that drove like an idiot, I wish there was a law against idiots, and everybody that drove like an idiot would be arrested. Then there'd be a lot less idiots on the road. I'm like, you're not wrong.
That is 100% your influence.
I know it is. Because he's like, she's not even going the speed limit. And I was like, I know, son.
You know what? That's why a couple of those things were like that with the coffee or the car thing, because this one's actually called Episode Deck. So this is like giving you ideas for an episode. I'm going to pull another card or two off of the interview deck.
Okay.
What's your recurring nightmare?
Ooh, my recurring nightmare. I don't think I have. I don't have one. I don't have one where I'm falling or I'm drowning, but there are some times where I'm out somewhere and it feels like I've been there before. Like I get like a little bit of deja vu.
You know how I feel about the dream situations. Mm-hmm. I feel there's something to that, and when you tap into that frequency, I feel like you may be doing a little bit of traveling to nearby dimensions, or
you might be,
shit like that. I think there's something to that. And I think it's not all the time. I think, when you're just Joe Schmo and you go to sleep, like you're not fucking dimension hopping and going to, see alternate versions of yourself. But when you have, I don't want to use the word woke, but when you fucking woke, I mean, I think that there might be a little something to that.
I've had dreams where I was somewhere else and not in America, or it was a different time period, but I just figure it's a dream.
Referring back to that episode I told you with Jason Olmy that just released on Shit Happens When You Partner Naked, I told it on here before, and I told it again on that show. I had a dream where I felt like I was in an alternate reality Earth. Mm-hmm. And I was with alternate reality Jason Olmy, and I as myself trying to explain to him what was going on. Like I'm here from somewhere else. Like you think you know me, but you don't know me. Mm-hmm. Like the other me.
Mm-hmm. I think you just jump like that because that's just how you are.
I was balls deep into OA at the time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it could be. I don't have them anymore, but recurring nightmare used to be Freddy Krueger like a motherfucker. Dude.
I wonder why.
Dude. The one that sticks out in my mind is when I was at Walmart and I was running through Walmart and Freddy Krueger was chasing me down the fucking aisle at Walmart.
With them arms?
He stopped running and started laughing like Freddy style and shit. And then the arms just stretched down the aisle.
And that's in one of the actual movies.
Is it really? Mm-hmm. I don't remember that. Mm-hmm. I only remember certain things about those movies.
There was an arm. There was an arm one when they were in a department store.
The first 3 or so were pretty good. After that, they got a little sketchy.
Yeah, well, they were dumb like Leprechaun.
The Dream Warriors was the best one. Shout out. What do we got here? What was your first screen name?
Kinkers896.
I knew that one. That was a warning sign. I don't know why I didn't run when I saw that.
I said that to John because John listened to the episode last week, the butt stuff episode.
Who's John?
He's a guy that I work with, and
What's up, John?
He loved it. He was like, "LOL, poor Lucas," or and stuff like that. But he had asked me, because you guys call me Duchess, so I was telling him about Duchess, and he was like, we got talking about AOL or something one day, and he was like, do you remember what your screen name was? And I was like, yes. He's like, what was it? And I was like, Kinkers. He's like, Kinkers, huh?
Yeah.
I was like, Kinkers896. So then he's like, so I call you Kinkers or I call you Duchess?
I don't know why I didn't run the other way, man.
I don't even know where I got that name from.
You know what mine was? It's so stupid.
What?
G-Dog42.
That is stupid. Why the 42?
That was my basketball number.
That's what I was going to guess, because normally it's 23.
That was my hockey number.
Yeah.
I was fucking 42 in basketball.
Interesting. Oh, speaking of basketball, Larry Bird's not dead, so sorry, everybody.
That was like a month ago, and I couldn't tell you that fast enough. I couldn't correct you fast enough. Like, what are you fucking talking about? You're like, oh, yeah, R.I.P. Kobe, you're up there with Larry Bird. Like, Larry Bird's alive and well.
Sorry.
He's doing shit out in French
Lick with them. I just thought he was fucking old because he was young back when my grandpa was old. Or my Josh.
Hey, Jordan's alive. Yeah. Magic Johnson's alive. Yeah. Charles Barkley's alive.
AIDS is alive.
Karl Malone, Patrick Ewing, all of them.
Okay, well, I don't know anybody else.
If you could undo one moment in your life, what would it be? And that's a good one that we'll end on. So we'll go out with a bang. If you could undo one moment in your life, what would it be?
Moving back to Chicago the second time.
Which one was the second time?
When
just the most recent time?
Was it, or was it that would be the third time? I don't regret that one.
The most recent time?
No, I don't regret the most recent one because that was the one that really woke me up that it didn't work. But I would say the second time, because how many times we moved to Chicago?
We only moved back twice.
Oh, okay. Well, then the first time.
Yeah, we moved
the
here,
first time.
And then like a year later, we moved right back, and then we came back again, and then we just moved back a couple years ago.
Well, I think you went up there. Yeah, that was when you went up there without me.
Yeah, I was,
and then I stayed behind.
That was weird too, because I was living up there for maybe like 6 months without you. Not quite that long, maybe like 4
a few months, like 3 maybe. And then I came out because we were trying to sell the house and we couldn't, so then we moved back.
That was a weird time. And like at one point, I was living with your mom without you. Like that was a weird fucking time.
Yeah, so I would change that. But the last time we moved, I wouldn't change because that really woke me up.
Well, and like I've said before too, it allowed me to put a lot of closure on a lot of things. You know, like just with people that I was holding on to a lot of anger and resentment towards and shit, and I got to bury hatchets and close some doors on some things. So I mean, like for all the bad and for all the I didn't want to be there, like there was good that come out of it.
Lucas came out of it.
Yeah. Little bastard was born up there,
and then Logan got to spend a lot of time with my mom.
Yeah. There was points.
There was some good stuff because who knew that we were going to lose her? So I'm glad that he got the time he did.
Yeah, especially at the
and we did too, and she got to see Lucas, and so that was nice.
Right.
Anything you would change?
I don't think so. Just because, and this is going to sound fucking corny and
everything
cliche,
makes you stronger.
No. But like everything that, we've done and like all the choices that I've made, if our lives was a choose your own adventure book, and, we flipped to page 62 to go back to page 29 to go up to page 104, like all those choices got to where we are right now. And where we are right now is pretty fucking good. I mean, like we're like we I won't say make a living, but I mean like we get a little extra side cash from talking shit on the internet, like we've made some great friends by doing this shit, like it's a lot of people would like to be in the position we are, and sometimes it's hard to not take a step back and just be grateful for that.
I agree.
Like we're doing pretty fucking good. We're doing pretty fucking good in our I'll call it our civilian lives too, like our regular ass boring 9-to-5ers, we do pretty good.
Now we do, now that I left my other place.
And then we get to moonlight as quasi celebrities on the fucking internet once a week.
Sweet.
So,
I like it.
It's all good. I hope everybody else still likes it and continues to fucking listen to us, because I enjoy doing this and I enjoy doing this with you.
Same.
And this turned out to be a really nice episode, thanks to Poddex. I want to shout them out one more time. I think that I found them on Instagram, and I actually found them through another show that we fuck with, Random Ramblings with Rob. I believe his handle is at 3R Show. And he's a cool fucking guy. Check out his show. And I believe Poddex is one of his sponsors, because I used code word random to save 10% off my order.
Very cool.
So if you like the idea, go check out Poddex. They've got different varieties, and they can hook you up and kind of break you through the writer's block of being a podcaster.
Yeah.
So
really digging it.
But yeah, this has been another episode of #NoOffense. If you are a new listener, thanks for coming by and giving us a shot. We hope that you continue to listen and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. We're available everywhere you can find shows. That's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, etc., etc., etc. We are also members of the Inner Circle Podcast Network. Look for us online at InnerCirclePN.com and on social media at InnerCirclePN, Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. All kinds of great shows that have become brothers to us. That's Simmons and More, Shit Happens When You Party Naked, The Hood Diner, The Plunge, Failing Hollywood, and unfortunately, no longer any podcast. R.I.P. any podcast. Joby is alive and well. I wish him good luck in the next chapter, but he will not be recording his show anymore. So,
all right. Good luck.
Play the 21 gun salute here.
There you go.
We also have original programming. The awards just was recorded. We talked about the game show that Mikey's working on, the Winner Circle. Check out that video. I think the video is a big part of that. I don't know how the audio is going to translate, but the video, he did so well with the graphics, putting them up on the screen and shit. Like, I felt like I was on
a PowerPoint.
I felt like I was on Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader or something, dude.
That's funny.
The way he had that shit going up.
Good stuff.
Yeah, so subscribe to Inner Circle Presents on your favorite podcast as well to get those bonus shows. Mm-hmm. You can reach us online at HTNOS. That's HTNOS on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. HTNOS.com. Drop us an email at HTNOS@yahoo.com or call the hashtag hotline and leave us a voicemail at 813-773-5706. She is the Duchess Watsky on Twitter.
And you are the real Watsky everywhere.
And we are hashtag no offense. And we love you.
Thank you for listening.